excited to be here today to speak to you all about my family and how I've grown up in what's considered an alternative family. I mean, they're just my family to me, and my perspective and what that means. I've spent my life thus far defying what the dictionary defines as normal. I don't know if I actually believe that there is a normal, because everyone has something about them that makes him or her different from someone else. For example, my friend Emily is a redhead, whereas I'm a brunette, and my daddy has a degree in accounting, unlike my friend Rebecca, who majored in dance. Everyone is different with different interests and beliefs, from religion to sexual orientation to political beliefs. And just like my friend Emily was born with a certain hair color, I was born into a loving, adoring family and raised by two men. That is something I cannot change with hair dye, nor would I like to change. I remember once before I knew my story, when we were once again in Hawaii. I was playing in the ocean with this girl that was a little bit older than me, and my dad was watching us standing on the beach, and all of a sudden he heard us start arguing, and she was saying, "No, you don't," and I was saying, "Yes, I do," and she said, "No, you don't," "Yes, I do," on and on for probably about 3 minutes straight, when finally the other girl came up to my dad and said, "She says she has two dads." And my dad said, "Well, she does." And the girl went, "Oh, okay," and went back to playing with me. And then a few minutes later, we began bickering again, and this time I was saying, "No, he isn't," and she was saying, "Yes, he is," "No, he isn't," "Yes, she is," like, 2-year-olds argue anyway. And for another 3 or 4 minutes, and then I got to the ocean, and I walked up to my dad with all this attitude, and I said, "Dad, she says you're gay." And he went, "Well, I am." And I turned back to the ocean, I looked at the girl, I said, "Oh, I am so sorry, he is." But that was the first time I'd ever really heard of a label for what my parents were, because to me they were just dad and daddy. I see the political discrimination that they face, and it seems utterly ridiculous. There are people during the Prop 8 campaign that I saw on street corners with small children who could not have possibly made up their minds about gay marriage, holding signs that said "Yes on 8" or "Protect marriage." And driving by those signs with my dad and daddy was incredibly upsetting. Through me posting my video, several teens have contacted me about gay people in their life. One boy who lives in South Carolina found me on Facebook and told me how terrified he was to come out. That he would have to wait to come out until he left home and left the town he was living in and got to a bigger city where people would accept him. It was a shame that in society today, people are afraid to be who they are and not what society tells them to be. It broke my heart that he does not have a relationship with his parents like I do, one that is open and caring and filled with absolute unconditional love. I can tell you that every morning I wake up and will wake up for the rest of my life, the one constant thing I know is that my parents love me. And I'm absolutely positive about that. They are not only my parents, but my best friends, and actually extraordinary disciplinarians. Okay. According to GayFamilySupport.com, 30% of all completed youth suicides are related to the issue of sexual identity. In Pennsylvania, 33% of gay men and 34% of lesbians reported suffering physical violence at the hands of a family member as a result of their sexual orientation. I believe that altogether we can stand up for gay rights and rights for everyone in our great nation, and that there will be equality for all one day. That I do believe, and I hope that after hearing my story today, that it will inspire you to even fight harder. So, thank you. Well, I think, first of all, there's enough feminine energy coming from my father.